Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Shatira Daniel, and I will be doing a presentation on sex education in public schools. In a second, I will share my screen with everybody, and we'll follow along on the PowerPoint. Nope. Hold on. I have to put you guys in the corner. Really quickly before we start, we'll do a little icebreaker as well. But give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Let me know. I'm going to pull up the screen. Let me know if y'all can see my screen. Okay, can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. Let me try to get rid of this little box. And it's not going away. Okay. All right, so really quick, this is just the agenda. So we'll be going through the presenters, the training objectives, the pre-knowledge check, which you guys will participate in. It's a Kahoot game. And then we'll talk a little bit about the importance of sex education and effective teaching modules. And then toward the end, we'll do some final tips, takeaways, and if you guys have any additional questions or concerns, we can discuss then within the last 15 minutes. So the presenter is Shatira Daniel, she, her. I am an LBSW in Maryland pursuing my master's degree at Morgan State University, which this presentation is for. I obtained my undergraduate degree in social work from Coppin State University. I currently work with foster youth as a clinical coordinator, and I specialize in working with urban youth and families. But I have a little bit experience working with almost all populations, geriatrics, substance use, and so on. So for this icebreaker, being as we're talking about sex education, I would like for you guys to chime in. We just want to talk a little bit about your personal experiences with sex education. So if you can share, like, what was your experience? What did they talk about? What did they teach you, if anything? Did you attend a private school or a public school setting? Was it in Baltimore County or city? And then what grade were you in when you were first taught about sex education? And then the other question was, did your parents teach you about sex education at home, so outside of school? So there's a hand raise button, or if you want to just chime in, you can. I don't think I can see everybody. Anybody from the audience want to volunteer their experience with this icebreaker? Jania, Shakia, Xavier, Ari. Does anybody want to volunteer their experience for this icebreaker?
Okay, this is Shakira. So I would say for me, we talked about sex education in eighth grade, and it really wasn't about really sex education. It was really for girls to learn how to use like tampons. So it wasn't about sex or anything like that. It was more so of that nature. But I did have a sex education class in eighth grade. So, and that's what we talked about. So I do feel like they do need to talk a little bit more about what sex really is. They did go about, I guess, women's hygiene, but not so much sex per se.
Okay. And what about, did your parents teach you about sex education at all, like at home?
I would say absolutely not. Everything that I pretty much learned about sex was on my own and from friends or maybe family members. Obviously, I had my daughter at I was pregnant with her at 18, so I can't say that my parents told me much.
Mm,
But I did get a lot of experience from just trial and error.
gotcha. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Um, okay, I see you guys over in the chat. And Ariana said that she was taught fourth grade in public school. Okay, that's good to know. From my experience, I was taught sex education in the sixth grade. I went to a public school in Baltimore County. Um, and I remember my teacher, her name is Dr. McAfee, and she really taught us a good amount about sex education. Like they showed us like, demonstrate on how to put on a condom with like a banana. Um, and I would say it was pretty informative. It was pretty informative. Um, but similar to you, Shakia, like I think they can add a little bit more to the curriculum. So that's one of the things that we'll be talking about um today too. Did anybody else want to share? Shania or Xavier? All right, we're gonna keep moving.
Hold on, I got you. Trying to trying to maintain over here. Um, I don't really remember being taught um anything growing up. I think they kind of touched on it in high school. I went to I went to a private school for high school, and yeah, I don't remember much of that class. It was a general health class, but I don't remember there any really being any type of sex education far as that. Um, outside of the classroom, um, nothing other than maybe what peers or a family member might have tried to teach me. But
Mm.
that's as far as it goes. Nothing too detailed or anything like that.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. So the training objectives would be we're going to emphasize the importance of sex education being taught in public schools. I'm going to provide a little bit of insight on the current implications of sex education, and then we'll also do a review of the effective and ineffective models and teaching practices, but more so specialized for urban youth. Um, and also just ensuring that there's a trauma-informed approach um, for them. So on your phones, there is an app. It's linked right here. It's called www.kahoot.it. So if you guys could pull that up on your phones or your devices, and we're going to do a quick activity, and it's a little like a pre-knowledge assessment just to see like how much you know before we start talking, deep into the topic. So if you go, this is the game code right here. If you go to kahoot.it, here's the game code for you, and you'll just type that in. It actually has some nice little music on here. I'm trying to find out how to pull it up. But once you log on, it'll have all your information. Oh, there it is.
Sorry, can you give the instructions again?
Yes, sure. Go to kahoots.it. I think I'm screen sharing. Can you guys see my screen? And then you would just type in this game code and you'll sign up, and put your name and everything like that. And then we're going to do like a quick little um, pre-knowledge assessment just to see how much you know before we start talking about the topic. Thank you. Okay, I see we have Ari. Read this smaller. There we go. All right, so we're just waiting for a few more people. We're waiting for Xavier and Shakia to pull up their game pen for Kahoot. Oh, there we go. So we're just waiting for Shakia. Shakia, go to Kahoot, please, and make a pen so we can start the activity. All right, we'll give Shakia about 2 more minutes. If she doesn't join, then we'll start the game. Okay. All right, she was here. I don't know where she went that fast. Oh yeah, there she is. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna get ready to start. It's time though, so I believe it's about 30 seconds or 20 seconds for each question. So you have to try to, if you answer the fastest, I believe you get more points as well. All right, I'm gonna start it now. This is a true or false. Yes, so the answer is false. It is not 100% effective against pregnancy. So we're gonna go to the next one. Oh, okay. Okay, so this one is true or false as well. Most bacteria infections can be cured with antibiotics. So that one was true. Good job. Let's see the scoreboard. Okay. Ari is clicking fast. All right, so this is a multi-choice one. Which three of the following STIs, and that's sexually transmitted infections, are not curable? So pick three from this selection. Okay, let's see. Okay, Shaniqua and Shakia, what is going on at the bottom? All right, let's see. How many states require both sex and HIV education to be taught in school? So that means teaching both curriculum. So that number at the bottom represents the number of states. Okay, yeah, so only 25 states out of the 50 in the United States require that both HIV and regular traditional sex education be taught. Okay. All right. True or false? Maryland requires sex education to be medically accurate. So that means the information they're teaching is 100% medically accurate. Look at me trying to click on the screen. The answer is false. They do not require for the information to be medically accurate. Okay, another true or false? So Maryland requires sex education to be age appropriate. False. They do not require for the information to be age appropriate. So essentially, your 6-year-old could be taught the same sex education that a 16-year-old can in Maryland. Okay, true or false? Maryland requires sex education to be culturally appropriate and unbiased. False. It does not have to be culturally appropriate or unbiased. All right, let's see. All right, so this is the last one. This is a true or false. So Maryland allows parents to opt out of sex education being taught to their kids. So parents have the right for their kids to not be taught sex education in school. The answer is true. All righty. Let's see. We can see the final score. Woo, congratulations.
Is there a prize?
Yes, at the end, there's a prize. Thank you for your participation. Prize. Alrighty.